Hi guys. Okay, everybody's yakking it up about the Grammys. So I just figured I'd jump on. I didn't want to miss my chance. The question is why? The question is why do people get to a place where they feel like they have to mock and they have to go a different direction? They have to become evil. They have to do all the things that they do. And I put a little thing up there about one of them's confession of trying to fit in with church or trying to get some sort of spiritual help early on, and they were not accepted. They were not brought in. They weren't nurtured right into the faith. And so, they went the other way. And then I said, we've been out in the marketplace for a number of years. And so we've heard this. This is not new. It's not new. And everywhere we went, we were at Burning Man since 2003. Every single year with a theme camp, and we had people coming in from all different directions and from all different lifestyles, and God had to retrain me. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to bring truth to them. I didn't even know if I knew it, honestly. I was being reformed myself because I didn't have a lot of love in my heart for people that lived differently than I did, right, or that didn't know. And so what happened was God began to change me. And what I realized is, in all the years that we have been born again and we pastored and all these things, I just didn't know that love doesn't fail. It doesn't carry the component of failure in it. So when there's an unconditional love and we embrace people, and I've got some of these stories in my new book that's coming out, and how we had to learn. Okay, I'm not blaming, I'm not pointing a finger, I'm not judging, I'm not coming down on any church, I'm not coming down on any of us, that have really tried in the best that we knew how to reach people. But I'm telling you that it was a learning curve for me. I had to be reformed. I had to be retaught by God about his love for me and about his love for people that would wander in to places where we were, whether it was a pagan festival, whether it was LGBTQ, whether it was Burning Man, whether it was adult convention, or we went into all places. It didn't matter. And probably the biggest lesson for me, the biggest bonus, the biggest thing I could have done is I wanted to listen. I wanted to ask why. What happened? What happened in your life? What happened? Because I would want someone to do that for me. And when I found out their story and I found out what they had been through, it made sense why they chose the route they did and why they are pushing. If I identified with God, then they pushed me away too, because they felt like God pushed them away. So all of these things are in the book Words That Work. I know I don't even have a copy of it here, but I'm just telling you, I gave out some things that we learned. Okay, that's what you do. It's your own experience. You're giving out what you've learned, and it was gold from heaven about how to reach people that are performing at the Grammys, that were in the inception, in the early days of their wanting to understand about spiritual things. They were not embraced, or they weren't nurtured, or they weren't brought in, or they weren't given the opportunity to understand. They were given religion, and religion will kill. It just does. It suffocates, it points, it shames, it pushes you down. We've talked about this on different podcasts. It is rooted in pride. And so we cannot any longer be that way. We can't any longer go that direction. We have to be led by the Spirit. We got to find him for ourselves. I'm in a whole nother transformation time myself. I feel it. I can feel it. I feel like God's taken me and he's showing me things again. And I'm like, I just don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss out on what he's doing. And with that heart, with that ability to understand God's view, why people do what they do. Why do they go? How did they get to this level? Where did they go? Why? And it was perfectly explained right there. And so when we get to that point, then we can say, okay, let me let's talk about this together. I'm a safe place. I mean, I remember there was a person on our team that used to stand at the temple. It was a temple at Burning Man, and stand at the temple, had a sign and said, "You talk and I'll listen." That was all it was. You talk and I'll listen. And so if we can do that, we're going to be able to reach people who are going and have already gone in directions that are influencing other people. Now, I want to tell you this, that we have a move of God coming, and it's going to be extremely powerful and strong, but it will be moved. It's going to have a lot of things with it, right? But it's going to be God's love. And I know that for a fact. I mean, I know that he can't be anything else but that. With it, there's going to be some judgment, there's going to be correction, there's going to be the fear of the Lord, there's going to be all these different things that are going to happen. So people are going to be running to the altar, you know, and I think we were all there. I mean, back in the 70s, we were there too. We had the same questions. We had the same, what is life about? Why are we here? You know, what's going on? Where's our spirit life? What are we supposed to do? And this one's just going to be greater. And so all I'm saying is right now God wants us to He wants to form us in his own image. He wants to show us stuff. He wants to get us out of our head. He wants to give us his heart. He wants to give us the ability to see people like he does. And then we'll be able to minister. We'll be able to give them hope and give them encouragement. And we'll be able to love them and hug them, even though they're dirty, even though they don't feel like they deserve it, even though they're going to push you away. It doesn't matter what it is. It's going to be that God's just going to love on them through you. And he's going to help them see that they're loved, no matter what, in spite of all the junk and all the crap and all the things that they've been through. So I just want to tell you that. And I pray to God that you'll get, you know, Words That Work, get it on audio, get it on Amazon, get it on my website. I don't care where you go to get it. Just go read it. And then let the Lord soak you in what he's shown us. Okay. Because it works. And it's really heartbreaking when you see so many people like just banging a fist and telling people, get out there and do this and do that. Well, you can't do any of it if you don't have God's heart for people. You're just a sounding cymbal. You're just going out there and you're just making it worse. So get before the Lord. Let him talk to you. Let him show you. Let him give you his perspective. And let him love people through you, and you'll change them, and God will change them. You don't really have anything to do with it. You're like the midwife, you know, you just watch the Holy Spirit bring them into the kingdom, and then they get satisfied, and there's nothing like it. Nothing else will satisfy. And so anyway, I just had to pop on here and tell you my thoughts. You know, I don't want to miss my chance to get on here. We have some things coming up. Go on my website, cindymcgill.org. I'm sorry I wasn't prepared, camera ready, hair, makeup, blah, 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 blah. Never, usually, it's not ever like that. I'm babysitting a 17-month-old. So, you know, yeah, this is what it looks like. And so anyway, I just want you to know that we are being retrained by God, and we're going to see more and more people. I wish I could have been there at the Grammys, and I could have gotten a hold of them and said, talk to me, tell me your story, tell me what you went through. I'm so sorry. And then apologize for the way that they have been treated, or they felt that they were treated, and then bring them into that place where they can say, you know what, I just needed somebody to listen to me because this is what happened, and to validate their feeling. Yes, this was wrong. This was wrong. This was not what you were ever supposed to feel. This isn't how you were supposed to be treated when you came for help. And so anyway, I wish that more people would, more churches even, would shift and change. We had an inner city church, and that's in my new book coming out too, so there'll be stories about that. And we took everybody. We didn't care. We wanted the ones nobody wanted. And in the city that we lived in, we were called the Weird Church. And I kind of liked it. I was like, I'm glad that we're the Weird Church, because we took people in that nobody really wanted. They didn't want to take time with, and they wanted all the clean and spruced up peeps, and we had everyone else. So anyway, I love you guys, and please go and get it on my website, get it on Amazon. I think it's on Audible. I know it's on Audible. So get it there, and I'm going to get my next book out. I'm working on it in between, chasing a little guy around and walking through some transition myself. So cindymcgill.org. Make sure that you get to the Austin Training, Learn, and Launch. I think we're gonna film it, and we're gonna have it for people that live outside the U.S. We have a lot of requests for people who want to have the training, learn, and launch. It's based on the book Words That Work. People that have taken the book, read it, and actually applied what we shared with them, they're having tremendous results on outreach efforts, and their hearts are being changed. And it's easy, and you don't have to work at it and sweat at it and be worked up all the time about things. So, all right, I love you guys. Talk with you soon, and cindymcgill.org. Okay, and go on the YouTube too, and we'll have this up on there. So it is what it is, right? All right, God bless you. Bye.